Blessed love to each and every one. We definitely give thanks to the life giver and the keeper of life, Emperor Haile Selassie I. We're thankful for such prophecy of Marcus Messiah Garvey, even expressed in theatrical form in Jamaica, as it expressed in the 1920s, that a king shall be crowned in Africa with his empress. And we see the fulfillment of this the 2nd of November 1930. Emperor Haile Selassie I, Empress Menen, father and mother of creation, in all symbolic formation of history and prophecy fulfilled in actual reality before our eyes. Give thanks to that prophecy and give thanks for Marcus Messiah Garvey, the great prophet, the Olmec with us, the shy people, the shy Cutley, fulfillment of all Mayan calendar in its beginning and in its formation and completion. Marcus Messiah Garvey, I'm speaking about. The Huracan, give thanks for the Honorable King Emmanuel Charles Edwards, such a founder Melchizedek of this Congress, the Ethiopia Africa Black International Congress, Church of True Divine Salvation. And we are very happy. The first netter of the River Nile, the happy river, the God happy himself in all blue formation. We are very joyous and happy that we can welcome each and every one into the Tiger's Nest this evening for a special presentation. And we are directly dealing with the Aquarius age. And if we are in the Aquarius age, I do not want to waste any time. I would like to go straight into the subject area. And let me just say that I would try my very best to stick on the subject area itself, which is, are we in the age of Aquarius? That is the subject area. The subject area is not necessarily the heavens declares glory. Now, this is showing you the glory, because the heavens will be declaring the glory. And we must highlight the zodiac belt. But in such a case, we have a lecture that is entitled The Heavens Declare the Glory. And it goes into the story that is in the zodiac belt. So although we will have to touch upon all the different aspects of the cosmos, there are many different aspects of the cosmos to get into, and we must touch upon all the different aspects of the cosmos. But more than anything else, we need to keep our concentration, even down to the listeners, as it relates to the subject. Are we still in the Pisces age, or are we in the Aquarius age? That's the subject area. Now, basically, my brothers and sisters, what you are looking at here, this is a stellarium sky map, mobile sky map, mobile app. And you are currently looking at the sky from where I am located in the Caribbean, even at this moment. So this sky app, let me just say something about it before we go too deep. This is just one of the, I would say, many sky apps that I've had over the years. I've had this before in a slightly different form. In fact, to do this presentation, I was going to use the stellarium that you could use on the net. You could just go on the net and get a sky app, not download, like use it on the website, the official website of the company. You just use it. it's a bit different than this. I prefer using this downloaded version that I have. And you know, you have Starry Night and you have stars, you have a few that you could use on your mobile phone. So I decided to use this for the presentation I would like to make tonight. And as I said, this is basically where I am in the Caribbean, in the island of Antigua. Of course, you could use this and set your location as well, where you are on the earth, depending on where you are. You just put in the coordinates, the name of the place, whatever it is, or you could just press on the map and it could just carry you there and you would see what the sky is looking like at the time frame that we are dealing with, the international time, you know, what they would call Greenwich Mean Time. So at this moment here, so 1941 as far as the time where we are here, which is 7:41 officially. So this is how the sky is looking. So we can look to the west and have an idea of exactly what is taking place in the west. You know, from outside, I was just outside and I saw the moon, uh, the moon coming down and Venus under the moon, and this is exactly how it looks in the heavens. So for those who are not too familiar with the heavens and the stars, of course, each star has its name. This app is developed in such a way that you could see the name of each one of these stars. You just have to go into the setting and set it for yourself, but each star has its name. And of course, you could see that this area of the heavens, which is really the area we call the Milky Way, has a strong cluster of stars, strong, heavy vibration as it relates to stars. And remember, the Milky Way is the galaxy that we are in. You can see the star Sirius here. This is how it looks outside. Eh? You can see the star Sirius here. It's coming up there in the eastern sky, the brightest star in the night sky. It's not brighter than Venus. Venus, which is the morning star, is brighter than Sirius. In fact, Venus is setting right now, as I just said. Venus is setting with the moon. Venus is brighter than Sirius. So on a layman level, Venus is the brightest star, one would say, because Venus is brighter than Sirius. But obviously, on an academical level, Sirius is the brightest star because Venus is a planet. And then Sirius now is not too far. Sirius is just about 4 or 5 light years away from planet Earth. Eh? It's not too far. I mean, it's far. It's extremely far. I mean, that's more than far. Because a light year is 186,000 miles per second. The speed of light, that's the speed of light. 186,000 miles per second. You know, per second in a second. So since we've been talking, how many seconds we've been speaking here? Light has traveled each second 186,000 miles. So you could imagine how far light would travel uh, in a year. That's very far. That's like way, way out there. That's no way on planet Earth. Light can go around the planet in seconds. What are you talking about? You know what I mean? Light from the sun to the earth is 8 minutes, man. 8 minutes from the sun to the earth, 93 million miles away. 8 minutes. 8 minutes. 8 minutes. 93 million miles away. So in a year, how many 93 million miles you think light has gone? In a year, you know. 8 minutes, I said. Not 10 minutes. Not half an hour. Yeah, from here to the sun. So the point is light travels 186,000 miles in a second. So the distance it travels in a year, that's a light year. And Sirius is 4 light years away. That's why it's so bright. It's about twice the size of our sun. And that's why it's so bright. Not our sun, but it's our sun, but all of them is our sun. All of them is our sun. That's why it's so bright, because it's so close. So stars that are like the stars, the key stars in Orion belt, like Rigel, and these ones which are 797,000 light years away. Not thousand, pardon, 797 light years away. That's like, wow, you can just wrap your mind around that. That's the distance you have these stars, these key stars in Orion. So we have the moon going down again with Venus, and Venus is much closer. Venus is just the planet next door, you could understand. So if you observe here now, you could see the Orion constellation. Where I'm at, Orion is basically climaxing to the center of the sky right now, to the apex of the sky, to the zenith of the sky. The top of the sky is referred to as the zenith. And you can see the belt of Orion is here. These are the three stars in the belt of Orion that align with the pyramids. And you also have Rigel, which I showed many. This is my star specifically. And Orion, you have these stars are the feet, these stars are the shoulder. You can see right here, these stars represent the head, and you have the shield, and Orion would have a sword going up in the heavens. Now, for some guidance, if an individual would need it, the lines are there to provide the guidance, and we will be using the lines. Now, this is not how the ancients exactly would have drawn it. This line would have gone so, and Orion would have had a neck. But you have the basic idea. The shield is here. You can see the body structure here. This is his belt. He even has a sheath. This is the sheath. The sheath is for the sword. And of course, as I said, you have the legs, and you see the sword going up in the air. That is Orion. Just above Orion, you can see you have Gemini, Gemini the twin. This is Castor and Pollux. This is the female. You could see by the hip formation. So that is really Sa. And this is who? The male. And you could see there now Castor and Pollux are the Greek rendition. Two little Greek boys. In fact, let me show you. This is how it's seen now. This is what it's seen like in the Greek formation. So this is Orion here that they call the mighty hunter. And he have some dead animal here on his arm, but that's not how the ancients would have seen Orion. Orion is a great king with a sword and a shield, not no club and no carcass. And here we have Gemini, two boys listening, two little boys. That's how they have it in their outlook of Gemini, two little boys, when we could clearly see that Gemini is a female and a male. Now, when we look at it in the fullness now, Gemini in understanding, being a male and a female, standing above Orion, has its own science too, because Orion is the child, the product of the original male and female here, Gemini. Okay, now remember what we said at the beginning. We're sticking to the subject area. Orion, nice. Gemini, pretty. But are we in the Aquarius age? And you see, we are using astronomy, pardon me, not feelings, not what some great teacher said, not because you see a lot of hurricanes and the earth atmosphere is changing. No, there's a science to this, and I think that is very, very important. That is key. That is key. Now, my brothers and sisters, the zodiac belt basically consists of 12 main constellations, 12 main power points. And the 12 main power points are, the constellations that we recognize as our horoscope constellation. And again, that would be the Leo, that would be the Capricorn, that would be the Sagittarius, that would be the Pisces, that would be Aquarius, that would be Virgo, that would be Libra, the scale, that would be Scorpio, which holds the same portal as the serpent holder, mystically they're basically one within that science there. Yes, the serpent holder and the scorpion, and that would be Aries, Gemini, Taurus. These constellations are what are referred to as the zodiac belt constellations. These constellations are the constellations that the sun and the moon and the planets pass through each and every year, day, and month. Okay, I will explain this and give you perfect examples and understanding of this. But we got to keep in mind that we must understand that when we say the sunrise and the sunset and the moon coming up and the moon going down, we have to keep in mind that all of this is almost allegory. It is almost symbolism we're talking about there. It's esoteric science, definitely, because we're speaking apparently. The sun is not rising. I think you know that. The sun is not coming up. I think you know that. In fact, the sun looks like it's dipping behind the mountain, I'm telling you. Sometimes we even go as far as to say there's a cloud covering the sun. Yeah. And then now the sun is not dipping in the sea. You understand? Remember that the sun, it is the planet that is rotating and revolving and going around the sun. That gives the impression as if the sun is rising and setting. As I said in the previous documentary, that the sun itself, when you observe the sun and the movements of the heavens, the sun itself in its movement looks as if it is the same size as the planet Earth, or the moon, I should say. The sun appears as if it is the same size as the moon, but the moon is not too far from the earth in comparison to the distance of the sun from the earth. But because of the size of the sun and because of the size in relation to its distance, it gives the impression as if they're both the same size. And you get your eclipse, and when you get the eclipse, wow, it looks as if the moon just perfectly covers the sun to the point where you see the light of the sun shining from behind. Yeah. So now, when we consider that mystic, as I said, the sun, and the distance from the sun and the moon and everything in consideration. Now, as you could see here, this is the sun. I fast forward the time just by a few hours, nothing too far. So this basically would be the 29th of February, about 9:22 in the morning from where I am. So the sun now, everyone, check me good. The sun now, right now, now, is in the belly of the constellation known as Capricorn. Now, look at here. You can see the Capricorn figure here. This is the head, and this is the horn. Of course, you know, I argue that this is, well, I ain't arguing, but I would debate with reasoning and with proper facts, eh? But that's not what this is about. So I'm not going to really stress that point too much. But I would tell you that this is a unicorn, you know, and there's a science in the heavens, and that's why I wouldn't even try to debate it, because there's some high science. For example, Aquarius. Aquarius, there's a time when Aquarius is symbolic of a male, and there's a time when Aquarius is seen as a female. And even in ancient archaeology, you would see that there is a science behind that. Even in the Bible, you see that science, and we will get to that tonight. I think it's necessary for me to bring that in. Why? Because we're speaking of the Aquarius age, and Are we in the Aquarius age? You know, they have people listening, saying, oh, get to the point. Imagine that. How can you rush a point like this? When no disrespect to anyone, the vast majority of people that watching this are very grave, nothing wrong, and ignorant when it comes to the movements of the heavens. Nothing wrong, we're all ignorant in something. We're not Mr. Know-it-all. So you can't rush this. This takes time. This is a university lesson course you're getting here, man. In an hour and maybe a couple of minutes, man. So take it easy. The sun is seen here in the Capricorn. So let me just show you this. The Capricorn is seen as a goat. Look here, they even have the goat back to front because they have the goat head there. If you notice, you saw a shooting star. That just happened. It just shoot a while ago. Anybody, I'm not going to pull it back. Anybody can even replay it and see the shooting star. That just fly through the air a moment ago. Some sort of vibration. No, this thing is to a T. This has every satellite when it's passing. If you see a satellite moving through now, because it's moving on the time. If you see a satellite moving through now, wait, something right there. Something that's right there. Okay. Pardon me. I was just checking something there. This is live and direct, you know, on uncut. Yeah, if you see a satellite moving through and you go outside and look up into the heavens, you would literally see the satellite in the sky moving through. So that is how precise these sky apps are, because there are many satellites up there. But I'm just saying, they have the head of the goat where the butt of the goat should be, the rear end, and the rear end of the goat here, which is half fish, half goat, where the head of this, the real goat, should be. So that's just to show you that they totally have it back to front. But anyway, the main point is, that's why, you know, I'm saying that the sun is in the goat. Look at the head of the goat here. And this is one leg from the side view, and this looks like another leg. And this, the tail going up here, and the horn coming up here. So the goat has the sun apparently there in its belly. So if you comprehend this now, the sun, please follow me, the sun moves through the different zodiac belt constellation one per month, once per month. So this is the 29th day of the first month. So watch this now. We're going to go on the time frame. I'm showing you something important. We have the year here. Let me see if I can move this to the side. Okay, yes. We have the year here. This is the month, and this is the day. All right. So let us say we go back 1 month. All right. We've gone back 1 month there. This exactly 1 month. So we are actually at the 29th day of December 2000 and last year. The exact time, 9:27, that we're working with. All right. And the sun now is in the constellation of Sagittarius, the hunter. Let me show you this. Please follow me. This is very important. You can't just move on and don't get this. Sagittarius is the man with the bow and arrow, the archer. This is their Greek rendition here. But to give
a centaur, half man, half horse.
Yes, definitely. But basically, as I said, the Sagittarius itself now, with even when you consider the stars and its movements and how it's put together, when you look at it here, it's the way that they have it is the next shooting star flight a while ago. The way that they have it here It's not exactly how you would see it in the heavens, you know. The same thing with the Capricorn. I mean, half goat and half fish. Yes, they are ancient glyphs that express that, you know, in reality. But as a one that observes the stars, it is a full, what would be a four-legged animal. This now, the archer, is really a man standing with a crown. You can see the crown here, which is the southern crown, right in front of him. And the southern crown, he has his arrow pointed at the scorpion. This is the scorpion constellation, also known as Scorpio. So I'm showing you now that around the time of December the 29th, you would have the sun in the constellation of the Archer, pardon me, Sagittarius. So obviously, around the time of November now, the month before December, 29th is November, come before December.
November come. Yeah.
Yeah. So about November 29th, the sun should be in this constellation here, known as Scorpio. Let us see. Okay, here we have it here. Bam. All we have to do is come back one more, you see? So at the same time, 9:30, 9:27, 9, this same time, because as you can see, the time is moving. Exactly a month prior, the sun would be in the constellation, if you want to say prior. So I would expect if we go to the 29th of the next month, it is coming out of Libra, going into Virgo. But this is the next thing. It is actually going this way, because if you notice, we're going back way with the months. We're in October, we're in November, we're in December, now we're in January. This is now. And the sun is in Capricorn. So obviously at this time next month, which would be February, the sun would be in Aquarius. So I would believe on the month of March, the sun should be somewhere close to Pisces. You see it here? Under the fish. This is the fish, Pisces, the 29th of March. Okay. Now this basically leads me to the main point. Let us take the day and just reverse them a bit. We have the 22nd day. Although we speak of the 21st and the 23rd, if you comprehend the science properly, the 22nd day, more than any other day, is the day when you see that sun constellation coming forth on the equator of the heavens. Here's where we are, the equator of the heavens. And this is where these constellations are located at the moment. This is serious. Now, I'm not trying to complicate no one here. Just take your time and listen to me, and let me just get rid of some of these figures here, because I want to look at the sky now like how it really is. Please follow me good. Very important. Remember, the stars are not moving. Now, everything is moving, but not the way it appears, because stars rise and the stars set. Just like how the sun appears to rise and the sun appears to set. Now the moon is going around the planet, yes, but because of our rotation, it assists in the speed and the lunar day and the lunar month that we observe. So it's a combination of the movement of the moon because of its gravitational relationship with planet Earth and the rotation of the Earth itself. All of that is coupled together to produce the moon and how it deals with us. This is some serious stuff. But the sun ain't moving at all. And we are rotating and revolving. And because of that action, that gives the sun its speed and the time, the length of day and everything. That's what's going on. Yeah. So the 21st, 22nd, and 23rd day of March, that time frame there is when the sun is crossing over the equator of the heavens. The 21st, the 22nd, and the 23rd day of June is when the sun is at its most northern point in what is known as the ecliptic belt, which is the zodiac belt. And at this point, that is very close to the constellation of Gemini. The 21st, 22nd, and 23rd day of December is what is known as the winter solstice. This is when the sun is at its most southern point in the zodiac belt, which is known as the ecliptic belt. And the 21st, 22nd, and 23rd day of September is when the sun, just like the 21st, 22nd, and 23rd day of March, is on the equator. Follow me, center point, the equator of the celestial heavens at that point. And that is what is called the fall equinox, because it's the beginning of autumn in the northern hemisphere, but it's the beginning of spring in the southern hemisphere. Now, I am saying that wherever the sun is on the 21st day of March, please listen to me, my people, and whatever constellation the sun is related to on the 21st day of March, that is the age that we are in. That's it. This is nothing hard. I'm not the one that made this up. This is the science. It has to do with the spring equinox, because on the 21st day of March, if you follow the 365-day solar calendar, and keep in mind, not because I say 21st and not because I say March. Yes, I understand it's the Gregorian calendar. I understand it once had 10 months. Don't think, this is me. I know all of this. I comprehend this properly. But what I comprehend is that the sun does have a 365-day cycle. It does have it. It's natural. Whatever you believe, the sun does appear to go to the north and then come back to the south and then go back to the north and come back to the south in that 365. Whether one month was named from Julius Caesar and one was from Augustus Caesar, that ain't got nothing to do with what I'm talking about. And I know why I say that. Again, there are ones that would literally say, oh, he talking about 21st day of March, but March is a Roman garden. No, that's how it is, man. They have many different types. This is psychology you're dealing with. So I'm showing you that in the formation of the calendar and the way we date months and the name we give to the months, on the 21st day of March, the sun will be on the equator of the heavens. That doesn't move. The constellations move. Huh? Because of the wobble of the earth, the constellations move. So at one time, the sun will be associated with the constellation of Aries. the ram on the 21st day of March. That would be the age of Aquarius. At another time, the sun will be associated with the constellation of Leo. That would be the age of Leo. So I am just telling you, wherever the sun is on the 21st day of March, that is the age that we're in. Okay, so this is the 21st, this is the 22nd day of March, 23rd. Now you may say, but then it's 21st, 20, it's 3 different days. No, but it's 3 different days. But trust me, it's no great difference. The sun moves 1 degree every 72 years. Let me show you something. 1 degree. Remember that this is a 360 degree we're dealing with, the circle. That's why you can prove that we are on a globe, because the 360 degree circle, and you observe the movements of the heavens. And remember, I personally, I'm not just speaking from the textbook. We map the heavens and we can literally understand the movements. I don't mean mobile apps. I mean, go outside, go on the mountains in the night and look at the stars and plot the heavens for months. Yeah, plot them and see literal movement. So I am telling you that the sun in its movements as it relates to the precession of it, the equinox, moves 1 degree every 72 years. Okay, now what does that mean? And it's not the sun moving nowhere, no 1 degree. This means, as I said, this where the sun is now, this is the constellation of Pisces. This is the constellation of Aquarius. This is the constellation of Pisces. See the name? Pisces. And this is the constellation of Aquarius. Now, in about 2,000 years from now, the sun here will be in Aquarius over here. Okay, let us actually see about that. Let's just say the sun, let us bam and put 4. Bam. 4 and a, where is the 0? Can you see the 0? Where's the 0? Press 0 for me, princess. Oh, they have 0 behind. Imagine that. 4,020. So what I did, I just leaped 2,000 years. 2,000 years. Now, I'm showing you in the next 2,000 years. Can you imagine that? In the next 2,000 years, the sun will be right in the center from this angle here of Aquarius. Now, Aquarius is a large constellation too. It has a lot to do with the size. And if you notice, you got to keep this in mind. If you notice, some of Aquarius, and the way they're drawing this is not exactly how this real star constellation looks. Aquarius is a man or woman, depending on the time, running with a pitcher of water, and it's really throwing away like this. But this is not it really. But he does have a pitcher and he's throwing away the water. But anyway, we're not going to belabor that point. The main point is this is Aquarius, and the sun is basically in the center of Aquarius in 4,020. That's exactly 2,000 years from now. So in 2,000 years from now, or 2,000 years from now, there would be no debate, no argument, no conversation whatsoever of what age we are in. Because it would be obvious that we are not in the Pisces age, and it would be obvious, although we would be close to, we are not in the Capricorn age neither. We are in the Aquarius age in 4,020, because on the 22nd day of March, according to this, the sun would be right in the middle of the Aquarius constellation. Now, please follow this, my people. We're in 4020, but I want to show you something. Now, on a daily level, this is a daily level. Follow this good. Every day, the sun would move. So, okay, bam. The 23rd, the 22nd, the 23rd, 24th, 25th, we're in, not May, I keep saying May, March, third month, March. If I said May before, it's March. Okay, so what do we have? The 26th, finally we go 27, 28. You see the sun moving? This is how it moves every day. 29, 30, 31, yes. And then the 1st of March, April, 1st of April, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th, 16th, 17th, 18th, 19th, 20th, 21. That's why by the 21st of the next month, the sun would be in the next constellation. And this happens because of how the earth is rotating again and how it's revolving around the sun. Do you understand that, my people? I know the princess get that, but because of how the earth is rotating every day and revolving around the sun every year, and that movement, it gives this impression. We all know this from science. We all know this from science. We all understand that movement. Yes, I know some people believe the earth is flat and a lot of different things. I definitely, with no disrespect, I'm not trying to condemn no one's outlook. I think the reasoning and the debate is very nice. I like the debate about it and the reasoning, and I'm always intrigued and interested to hear more. But to be honest, no one has ever proven that to me straight up. And I mean, there are key points that I hold. I could use this same Sky app and show you how the circumpolar stars work, and it is impossible for that to be what is called a flat earth. But I don't really want to go there. Just using the reality as how most of us accept it, the whole aspect of how the earth deals with the sun and the stars because of rotation and revolution. This is important. So this is why you get this every day. Now, please listen to me. Now, so we are at the 4th month, the 21st day. So instead of saying the 21st day, the 22nd day, the 23rd day, the 24th day, let us say 4020, 4021, 4022, 4023. Are you watching the sun? It's like it's going the other way. Every year, it seems as if it's moving the other direction for 29, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. But still, it doesn't move like it looks as if it's going too far. This is what I'm trying to say. You have to go about 72 years before it actually seems as if the sun has gone somewhere. So every year, every year, the sun itself will find itself in anybody's lifespan. The sun would be in the same spot that it was the year before, the year before that, the year before that, on the 21st day of March, or wherever it is on the 21st day of February, or wherever the sun is on the 21st day of June, or wherever the sun is on the 3rd day of December, or wherever the sun day is on the 20th day of June, that's where it's going to appear to be on the next day. And the next year, pardon me, and the next year, and the next year. Because it would just appear so. But trust me, the sun is moving. Because keep in mind, or at least the apparent movement is taking place. It's just like you're here. It's just like a baby. You can't watch the baby and see, wow, look at it growing up. No, but when you go away and come back in a few days, you say, oh, wait, you grow so big already? It's like you're here. You don't look at your hair and see your hair moving, but your hair is moving even as I'm speaking to you. So I'm just showing you now, in 72 years, the sun going in the other direction would have moved 1 little degree. Now remember, it has a 360-degree cycle to make. And from one constellation to the next constellation is actually 30 degrees. So remember, there are 12 slots, in the 360. And that's 30 times 12 is 360. So there's 30 degrees in the PowerPoint of each constellation as far as the difference. So there's 30 degrees between Pisces and Aquarius, and there's 30 degrees between the center point of Aquarius and Capricorn, and 30 degrees from Capricorn to Sagittarius. That's how it is. So the sun now, in its 30-degree move from the Pisces constellation, or listen to this, the Pisces age to the Aquarius age will be 1 degree every 72 years. So to complete the 30-degree move, it will take 2,160 years exact to move from one age to the other age. That is why it will take 72 years to move 1 degree. So that means to move 2 degrees, it will take 144 years. And to move the whole, let's say 10 degrees, that is 720 years. So to move 30 degrees, we're talking about 2,160 years. And this is why we say that every 2,000 years approximately, a Messiah will come. Please follow me. So let me just bring this back into modern day time. Let's bring this back home. Bam. Today, 2020. Hear me good. And as I said, in 2020, on the 21st day of March, let's go back to March 2020 we're at. I just showed you, you saw for yourself that we jumped exactly 2,000 years. I think everyone saw that. We jumped exactly 2,000 years. And when we jumped 2,000 years, we went straight in the constellation of Aquarius, in the middle of it. Okay, let me find a time frame. Let us just even go back in time as such to today. Okay, there. I just wanted to find the sun. That's all I really wanted to do, to find the sun. So that's 7:23 in the morning, 8:23 in the morning. Okay, about 9:23 in the morning. Yeah. So this year, this is where we're at. Follow me good, my people. This is where we're at. And as I said, this, you could see the fish and you could see the fish. This is Pisces, another very broad constellation. The energy of the Pisces is from about here, let's say here to here, right here. Because if you notice, Aries, the ram is right here. That's the constellation. We are coming out of the Aries age and coming into the Pisces age. Now listen to the signs. On a religious level, ones would always say that Christ came in the Pisces age, and that is supposedly 2,000 years ago. Now let me say, history and biblical history, I mean, they're in brackets all by themselves. Now when you deal with the heavens, not just constellations, but the astronomical clock, that is undeniable. The astronomical clock is undeniable. Christ walking 2,000 years ago in Galilee and Bethlehem, whether it be true or not, brother, you know that's up for debate. Nobody can deny that. You know that's being debated. But the movements of the heavens is undeniable. This is what I'm saying. You can't deny it. And this is why I know that every 2,000 years, a Messiah would come. Strong point. So you don't have to worry. So here we are. Let us just say we go to the time of Christ. The time of Christ would be, let's say, about 20, 20 AD. So you'd be about 20 years old at that time. So when Christ was 20 years old, you could see on the 21st, 22nd day of March, the sun would be basically just entering into Pisces. Okay, just entering into Pisces. This is how it looks from this angle here. Now, on that level, you got to keep this in mind. This is very key. As an individual dealing with the heavens again, we got to look at how these constellations are established. And it's obvious that these zodiac belt constellations, some are smaller than some, and some even overlap each other. Now, this is not the climax of the Pisces age. The climax of the Pisces age would be somewhere in the center here. Now, this is a very important point because you have to keep in mind that the ages are shared. It's a force and it's an energy. A lot of people believe in this age thing. That's why people like to want to fast forward the Aquarius age. Why? Because there's something about the Aquarius age. It's the age of enlightenment. It's the age of something. It's some kind of thing. And yeah, so they just need to get into that vibes. And I would agree that the different ages have their energy. It is true. The different time space have their energy. I am not denying that at all. What I'm saying now, how are we judging the time frame? Let me show you exactly what I mean. Let us say we go into about the time of King Lalibela. All right, now you see the distance that moved. It didn't move that far, really. This is how far it would have moved in about 1,100 years. So in about 1,100 years, according to this up here, this is how far the sun, how far the sun would have moved. This is still the 23rd, 22nd, 21st day of March. Keep in mind that where the sun is on the 21st, 22nd, 23rd day of March, that is the age that we are in. Do not complicate or mix up the daily movements of the sun with the precession of the equinox, which is observing it in its movement yearly. Example, 21st day of March 2019, 21st day of March 2020, 21st day of March 2021. That is different than watching the sun today, and then watching the sun tomorrow, and then watching the sun the next day, and then watching the sun the next day. We just explained that. I mean, you can go back and watch it again. This is important. We're putting everything together just even quickly. So we're looking at this. I think you can, this is undeniable that we are definitely at this time here feeding off of the energy of the Pisces age. But even prior to that, in the year 20 AD, as I said, the sun is just coming into here. But the sun is still feeding off of some of the energy of the Aries age. You have to keep in mind, this is not a case of, the Aquarius age is going to begin on the 23rd day of November in the year 2000 and whatever. Nothing can happen like that. Again, it's like your hair growing. It is a very slow process. Have you ever seen day turn to night? It's a slow process. The most you can say, you cannot really give it a time. You cannot say, this is the time the day turn to night. No, you can't really do that. No, that's impossible. Yes, you may say from wherever you are looking at, from your angle, you may be able to say, watch the sun setting. But even when the sun disappears, it's not a radical change as it relates to light. It basically looks the same. But that is why sometimes when you sit down and you close your eyes for maybe 2 minutes, I'm talking about when the sun is setting, and you open your eyes, it appears as if it got significantly darker. But if you did not do that, you may not be that conscious or that aware of how dark it was getting. It happens all the time. And if you never did that experiment, go and try it for yourself. I'm saying superimpose that on how the heavens move. It's a slow process. It's not like, oh, look at there. And it was the Pisces age yesterday and it's the Aquarius age tomorrow. No, that's impossible. There may be a moment in the cosmics that would say we have crossed officially the threshold. Listen to me good. I'm going to repeat that. Yes, for example, the sun just perfectly set. There may be a time in the cosmics from age to age where we can say, yes, we have perfectly crossed that threshold. We just crossed the threshold that decides exactly what age we're in. But I do dare say that at this time, we have not yet crossed that threshold. And I will show you why now. Let's return to the year 1120, the 22nd day of March, spring. This is telling us we are definitely in the age of the Aquarius. So this is why even if we go 100 years after, it's basically the same spot. If we go 200 years after, it's basically the same spot. Let us go 300 years after. But you can see it's moving a little bit. Why? Because it's moving 1 degree every 72 years. So it does move at least 5 degrees here. Since in 400 years, it's almost moved 5 degrees. So it's moving. I hope the people are following. So if we just take a grand jump even to the 1920s, bam, see where it is here in the 1920s. So how different is it in the 1920s from 2020? This is the science that we're dealing with, and we're coming straight over. Now, hear what I'm saying, my people. I'm almost done, you know. I'm almost done. And as some of you say, get to the point, but the point has been made. Now, this is what I'm saying. That's why I said I wanted to stick to the point. I didn't want to talk about what Orion means. We could talk about that some other time. I didn't want to talk about Osiris. I didn't want to talk about this and you know, there was a woman in the heavens and she was clothed with the sun. And no, I just wanted to talk about what age we are in. All right. Now, after explaining all of this, now this is where we began. And what did we cover, class? This is important. We showed that in 2,000 years from now, the sun will be basically in the center of what appears to be the main structure of Aquarius. But keep in mind, all of this is Aquarius, and it overlaps. It's actually over Capricorn. This is what I'm talking about. But in relation to Pisces and Aquarius now, you could see that the sun is still strongly under the shadow of Pisces. Now it's obvious that the sun is very close to Aquarius right now. I'm saying that this is the spring equinox. This is the day that decides what age that we're in. We're not talking about how the sun moves daily, because on the 23rd, the sun going to move here, the 24th, 25th, the 26th, the 27th. That's his daily movements. That's how it goes around every year. But because of the wobble of the earth, and it goes around every year, yes, but because of the wobble of the earth, you know, the earth have a specific wobble, and because of that wobble, what happens now is that every year now, the sun doesn't come back to the exact spot. It looks like it comes back to the exact spot, but it's just a little bit behind. Just a little bit, not too much. But in 72 years' time, after the sun go around 72 birthdays, 72, whatever else you celebrate, anniversaries, the sun would be 1 degree behind from where it was 72 years ago. And then 144 degrees behind, you know what I mean, uh, uh, 2 degrees behind, pardon me, in 144 years. And that is why I will repeat one more time that it would take 2,160 years to move the full 30 degree into the next constellation. Now I showed you in the next 2,000 years, the sun going to be in the center. Basically, let me just show you one more time. It's worth looking at. 4,020, 2,000 years from now. 4,020, the sun basically is in the center of Aquarius. Does that mean that the Aquarius age is 2,000 years away from now? Not at all. Not at all. In fact, I do dare say that at this moment, we are strongly feeding off of the energy of Aquarius right now. In fact, we are feeling heavy frequency from the Aquarius age at this moment. But we are still majority of our energy, the majority of our frequency is still coming from the Pisces age. It is not even a case of 50-50. Remember, I just clearly explained to you that this is not something that really happens overnight. This is not something like, oh, well, it's going to happen in the morning, because of the precise yet timely movement of the sun. I would repeat, the precise yet timely movement of the sun. Because of the precise and timely movement of the sun, what you get is a slow procession. Again, that 1 degree in 72 years. This is so important. Now, this is why in 30 years, or in 72 years, 1 degree, 30 degrees, 2,160 years. That's what's happening here. So in 2,000 years, the sun is in the center here. But right now, the sun is obviously, anyone can see, the sun is under the shadow of Pisces. I think it's obvious, it's undeniable. So when are we going to actually officially say that we're in the Aquarius age? I am saying that we are feeding on approximately 60 to 65% of the Pisces age. We just have to, it's just obvious that we are still here. And even if you thought we were in the Aquarius age, you cannot say we are fully in it, because we are right under the wings of the Pisces constellation during the time of the 23rd day of March, 22nd, 21st, which is the time when you judge the age that we are in. So let us see how much time it will take us. How would we look in 100 years? in 2120? Okay, we're still under the wings. Okay, how about in 2220? We're still there, but we're kind of coming out. How about in 2320? Getting closer. Tell you about. What about 2820? Now, look at this. In the next 800 years, because remember, you know, we're dealing with the 2160 cycle, 60-year cycle. So 800 years is, you know, about not 1/3, but a little more than 1/3. Yeah, that's it again. But anyway, 800 years is plenty time. So in about 800 years, on the 21st, 22nd, 23rd day of March, we could say, and obviously we're still feeding off of the Pisces age. In fact, we still look closer to the Pisces than to the Aquarius, at least to its borders. But I would say, just to give it the whole benefit of the doubt, as they say, this is about approximately a 50% energy pull from both ages in about 800 years. So that's why I'm saying at this time now, modern day time, 800 years behind at that time, 2020 time, I would say that we are still feeding off of at least 60% to maybe 65, and it could be a ton more, but I would stop at 65. We are definitely feeding off of at least 65% of our energy. The energy that we are getting, 65% of it is coming from the Pisces energy. So whatever you believe, if you notice, I'm not getting into what you believe in. Some people believe the Pisces energy is a feminine energy because it's a water energy and it brings prosperity and it brings health, and maybe the Aquarius energy brings riches and brings good friends, and you know, people have all sorts of things. It's going to bring good dreams, one is going to bring partnership, and you know, so many different things. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm dealing with astronomy. I am dealing with astronomy, and astronomically speaking, now, today, this year, spring equinox. And since I said that, this is a good time to remind you that we'll be doing a special heavens lecture this year for the spring equinox from the 18th to the 22nd. I got that correct, 18th to the 22nd day of March this year, 2020. We gather right here in Antigua. We'll be observing the stars in the very same way here. You know, we'll be pointing out specific stars for you. Remember, we will be walking amongst the megaliths that align with these very same stars here. We'll be walking amongst the megaliths that align with the stars of the heavens. You know, the phallic stone that align with what is known as the Little Dipper. But basically, what the phallic stone aligns with is really the northern celestial pole. You know, this is the northern celestial pole here. You got the dippers going around the northern celestial pole, Polaris. This is Polaris, the constellation of Polaris, and this is what the phallic stone, the male phallic, which is the obelisk itself, right here in Antigua, coming out of the earth, that aligns with this. On this day too, the 21st to the 23rd day of March, according to Mara Invert, really, not really me. She is the astroarchaeologist from the University of the West Indies that came and did that study there and came to that conclusion. So I am showing you now with clear thought, man. With clear thought, I think no one can deny it. I know sometimes when you you know, tune in, you like a little excitement and, you know, a little joke here and there, and a little music and some entertainment. But this is a class. This is a university class. I'm only sorry that to some degree I have to kind of rush through it in the interest of time. You know, ones may say, oh, well, you can do it in series, man. We have a whole series entitled the Cosmic Series, you know. And I would say, I would ask, how many of you have a copy of the Cosmic Series? It's a 4-part series where we do take the time to explain not the age of Aquarius, but how theology meets astronomy, the Cosmic Series, 4 parts. And you could definitely get the 4-part Cosmic Series from us by contacting us via the email priestisaac27@gmail.com. And in fact, let me just say, to get more information as it relates to this year spring equinox as well, contact me priestisaac27@gmail.com. Everything is already set. As I said, you'll be walking amongst the stars. We'll be speaking about and speaking to the stars and the heavens. Oh man! And remember, there's so many things also part of a part of the whole itinerary will be the island tour. And keep in mind that also we'll be having a wonderful lecture where our historians will be giving the history of the island plus the history of Green Castle Hill. I mean, the yoga, the beach, and what else? Visiting the Rastafari community, the marijuana farm, and so many different things that will be taking place here, right here in Antigua, Wadadli, and of course the sunrise and sunset hike. So I am encouraging you, you know, contact me. You could go on our Facebook page. I'm talking about uh, Rastafari Experience Antigua. Just type it in and the itinerary is there. Or you could email me personally, priestisaac27@gmail.com, and send you the whole itinerary, the cost of the full package, you know, your accommodation cost, and everything is well set on I would say, a very just economical level, as economical as we could, just so we could entertain as much as we can so everyone could feel a joy. This is all about spreading the love. I don't know what you think it is, but it's just about spreading the love. So you'll be given your own personal astronomical class. Well, not personal, the group personally. And remember, the catering will be done by ourselves. Top vegan food, you know, the best standard of food. So basically, as I'm saying here, as we're looking at the heavens, you know, it's good to know the heavens. It's good to say rocks align with the stars. But what's the stars all about? That's why it's good to understand the astronomical clock. And I'm saying again that I think it is obvious after all that I've explained, if we're going to deal with this realistically, not feelings and what the gypsy said when she pulled whatever card. If we are honest and we're dealing with this to the science and the level of the academics, it's obvious that we are still feeding off of the Pisces age, for sure. And it would appear to me that we are getting the majority of our energy from the age of Pisces, pardon me, but we are still getting energy, obviously, from the Aquarius age, but the vast majority is coming from the Pisces age, to the point that I would say 65-35 in favor of Pisces over Aquarius. That is how I'm judging it for the moment. Holy Manuel, Selassie, Jah, Rastafari. Now, remember, this was I would say, university lesson. You know, it's not like the regular, you know, mystics. We have a 15 minutes and we run through something, or even not even the shock of the hour. This is fully visual. So the reason why I'm saying all of that is that I'm inviting you to watch this again. You know, yeah, just watch it again. It needs a double watch. Trust me, watch it again and listen to the points that I make properly and how I connect what happens every day and what happens every year and what will be in the next 2000 and how it looked 2000 years ago and soak it in again properly and see why I always say that to bluntly say we are in the Aquarius age. No, that is not a proper statement. To bluntly say that. And I would say one more time, I agree. We are feeding off of the energy as it relates to the Aquarius age, but we are still dependent on the energy of the Pisces age, even more than that of the Aquarius age. And this is proof of it right in front of our eyes. No spookism. The heavens declare the glory. Selassie, Jah, Rastafari. Hey, we have some wonderful programs coming up in a man on the shock of the hour, you know, and tonight we just coming off of the shock of the hour before we did this program here. Tonight we dealt with the situation with the coronavirus in Jamaica. I'm sure everybody knows by now. They say that it was the wrong news, it was misinformation, and that's not the case. But anyway, as I said, the shock of the hour. And now let me say, if anyone subscribes to the shock of the hour, we usually give you the previous strong program just free. Just send it to you even before you start to get the nightly programs. So remember, if you want to be a part of the subscription team for the shock of the hour, just contact us. Priest Isaac, Priest Isaac, Priest Isaac 27 at gmail.com. Something like that. Yeah, put that in there. Text it. Priest Isaac at 27 at gmail.com. As I said, you definitely have your monthly subscription. It's a monthly subscription program. And you can definitely get a 6-month subscription where you would save. And of course, you also have your yearly subscription, which you would save, as well as I said, the Shock of the Hour radio program. It's a program for those who do not know, a recorded program that comes to you every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And it is sent to your inbox. It is sent to your email every night after the recording of the program. At least by the morning, you should get that program and this information and this inspiration the very same way that you know how we do it on the Mystic Vibration in Tiger's Nest. But this is the shock of the hour, and we're thankful for all of those who have come on the subscription team and who have patronized us and has supported and assisted us. It is a great strength, and we are extremely thankful for your assistance. We are extremely thankful for your business as well, for it is all a part of that. So just contact us, precise27@gmail.com, and get more information on how you can be a part of the team, the subscription team of the Shock of the Hour. Again, the heavens declare the glory of the Most High. Niggas Emmanuel I, Selassie I, Jah, Rastafari. Yes, I definitely give thanks to the life giver and the keeper of life.